Alright, hey guys, welcome back. So after you install MySQL, if you follow that link below, you'll have an option over here to click on the MySQL thing, which doesn't seem to be there right now. But you can also go down to your project files and MySQL, and then down here, like, you just do MySQL command line client. So anyway, that's what I have open here. Just go ahead and type in the password that you had created, and you'll be able to see that it is working correctly. So MySQL is installed. That's good. Now we can go ahead and move on to the next step. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and set up my development environment so that I open a, let me close this real quick. I'm using Visual Studio. You can use any development environment that you want. And I just used Visual Studio, but I'm going to go ahead and open that up now so I have access to all the files that I need. So what I'll do is just go here to open website. And we can go down to movie dev, my bad. Alright, so we'll go here, and I'm just going to open this. So now that we have that open, I have access to all my files in here, my manage.py and everything. And let's go ahead and we're going to set up some, well, the point of this video is set up the server. We got a lot of stuff to do, so I'm going to try to keep it on track here. So let's go ahead and connect to our MySQL server. So we're going to go into my project, go into your settings.py file. Let's go ahead and open that up. And you can see a lot of this stuff here. So what we're going to do is set up our database engine. So we'll go to database and then say MySQL. The name of your database, in this case I don't have one. We probably should create one. So let's go actually and create our database name right now so it knows, we can connect our Django project to that. So let's go back to our MySQL shell. I didn't want to do that. Sorry, didn't want to do that. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Obviously I have a different MySQL version here. Sorry about that. Do the 5.6 command line. Alright, unlog into that. Alright. Alright, and now when we're in the shell, let's go ahead and create our database name. So we're going to say create database, and I'm going to call it movie. Maybe movies. I'll call it movies. I'm sorry, you have to do a semicolon. If you press enter like I just did, you can do a semicolon there. And that's it. So now just to check that it's working, you can say use movies, and you can see database change. So show tables. There's no tables because we haven't created any tables. But anyway, that's how we go ahead and create a database in your MySQL shell. So now that we have that created, we called it movies, and our user is root. Our password is privileged information, but like you're going to put your password here. All right, and then the host and the port, the default should the default should be 3306. So we shouldn't have to do anything with that. That should just work. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. In fact, since this is just a local environment, I do want to keep everybody on the same page. So I'm going to have a password of testing 1 2 3, so that way we're all on the same page here. And just to test that works, I'm going to do testing 1 2 3. It didn't work, did it? Hold on a second. Testing 1 2 3. Apparently I can't type. Alright, so yeah, I apparently can't type because I just typed that password in wrong like at least 5 times, and like the 6th time it worked. So anyway, I guess it's one of those days, but anyway, I changed the password so that we all can be on the same page of what the password is temporarily. And since this is just a local confined environment, I don't care too much about that. I just want to make sure you guys know what's going on, so that's what's important. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and open up another command prompt here. I want to go into our projects. And we'll go into my project. Damn it. And now we can go into manage. We're going to say Python manage.py, and we're going to say syncdb. And this is going to be a problem that I forgot about. So what we need to do is we need to install the MySQLDB module so that Python can communicate with MySQL. So let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to say pip install MySQLDB. And one of the beauties of this is the fact that we're inside of our virtual environment, so everything, as long as that virtual environment is enacted, then all the modules and things that we need for our application are in MySQLDB. So we could not find that. Hold on a second. So if pip install fails, I then try easy install, see if that'll work, before I hit Google and find out what the hell is going on. And it looks like that's not going to work either. So now we have to hit Google and figure out how the hell to install MySQLDB. Alright, so here's the deal. Let's go over here, Caesar projects. What you want to do is use easy install. Pip install is not going to work in virtual environment, but easy install will work if you actually try to install the right thing, which in my case I did not. Let me show you here. So if you go easy, I'm going back into my virtual environment here to set that up. So I'm going to say C Python movie C space scripts, and then we do activate. So we're into our virtual environment now. So if you do easy install and then say Python MySQL, that should work. Actually, I did that backwards. Son of a bitch. Sorry. It's easy install MySQL Python. Alright, so I've actually already installed it, but it's now installed, so you'll see a little bit more when you do that. Now that is installed, we can go ahead and run from our project here. So if you go to Python and then manage.py and then syncdb, it's going to go ahead and create a, the first time you do it, it's going to prompt you with this message here. Which it'll install all these authorization permissions. So this is all good. It means that MySQL is now working. So it'll say auth group permissions, auth group, all this stuff. Then it'll ask you, do you want to have a super user? So you would go ahead and say yes to create one now. And I'm just going to have my super user be admin. I'll have my email blank, that's fine. So I had my password be testing123, so it matches the MySQL, so we can all be on the same page on how to install everything. So long story short, this is like the hardest part of setting up any website, trying to get everything to communicate properly. So I think we've made good progress. We obviously hit a little bit of a stumbling block there with easy install and pip install and trying to get MySQL DB inside a virtual environment and have Django communicate with your MySQL installation. But if you're on Windows 7 and you follow these steps, then you know that you'll be up and running now. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video now. In the next video, we're going to show you how to activate the admin within your Django project.